Okay YouTubers, we're back to a standard digital camera at the moment rather than my video camera. Just because I want to do a bit of a comparison between video quality, so if anybody notices any quality or can comment on it, my my regular viewers will notice the difference. But anyway, yeah, today I'll show you what I've been up to the past few days. Well, yesterday and today really. Now, I don't know how well you can see it. In fact, I'll get a torch in a minute. But basically what I did today at TAFE was take these brake discs off, both front brake discs, and machine them. Now, is there a torch around here somewhere? No, I'll have to get a torch in a second. But quite basically, I machined both the front discs, bought a new set of Bendix pads, which I got about 50 bucks off it actually, and ended up paying 70 bucks. So they got all new front pads on them, and precision machined discs, and really properly machined, not like the crap you get off brake lathe sort of thing where people just whack them in, skim it off both sides, then don't really give a fuck. They were machined around about off each face. I'd say it was about, in the end, 0.17 off each face, and they're just under, because they have been machined before, they're now just under minimum size, but they're only under by about 0.19 on this disc and 0.21 on the other disc, so really it's nothing in the scheme of things. But anyway, yeah, so I've now done the front brakes because they were clunking. So I don't know whether you can see that, but that's as flat as smooth as you're going to get, and it's as true as a die, because what I did was I stuck it in the lathe with the 4-jaw chuck opened up against this face, and the pipe center, which is basically similar to a live center, so it's basically a tapered piece on a bearing, or with a bearing race, so it spins, and from the back of the disc I poked that through this hub hole here so that it located the disc centrally, and wound pressure up against that from the tailstock, so that it was basically just sitting up against the chuck, but it was located with the pipe center. Then machined both sides. To this side I just flipped the tool. It was a left hand tool, just flipped it upside down, run the lathe backwards so that it becomes a right hand tool, and they're both, well, they've all come up very well indeed. They're better than brand new. Chinese discs wouldn't be machined with these sort of tolerances. I mean, they're as true as you'll ever get them. You never get them machined much truer than what they were, especially after I measured, because I measured runoff while they were on the car, and then matched the runoff when I was truing them up to what was on the lathe. And you could see as I was machining them, because I machined them with, well, I took very fine cuts, and you'd end up with just patches that were lower than other, like there was a patch probably about that big that was not touched, and the rest was skimmed, so really they were only just skim cut. But anyway, yeah, so now the brakes are a lot sharper with new pads and machined discs. I tell you, stand on the brake pedal, you come to a complete stop in no time. But also, what's good about it is I tried as hard as I could to make them lock up. I could not make them lock up, apart from on the gravel driveway when I absolutely prodded them. But yeah, so brakes are fixed. I'll take the discs off the back, take them to TAFE and do them as well, because just for the sake of it I may as well while I'm doing the machining course. And that's not a good idea, leaving the jack handle in, because you trip over and pull the jack out from under the vehicle. But anyway, so I did exactly the same on this side. So yeah, the old girl's running well. Brakes, it's really very sharp, the brakes now, so I'm very happy with that. And while I was under here I checked out everything else. I haven't got all my ball joints and everything look good. What I do have to do is replace these steering boots. So I don't know whether I can pull one down for you, but that's part of the, don't know whether you can see that. I'll get my phone, try and make a bit of light. But they are absolutely rooted. Don't know whether that makes any difference. Actually, I don't think it does, but you can sort of see. So anyway, I'll find a torch and show you close up. Okay, so I've got a torch now so you can actually see. Don't know how I can do this without putting glare, but you can see those discs are just, you know, there's not an imperfection on them. There is a few pits on the other side, the left hand side, the inside of the left hand side disc, but they're just sort of porosity from the casting process. So yeah, new brake pads, which are DBA General CT or some rubbish like that. Oh, sorry, Bendix, not. So yeah, they're meant to be decent pads, he reckons. So I thought I might as well put something decent in there because I don't want to have to do it again. As far as I'm concerned. There goes my fucking phone. Like these pads I could really have left on there. They've got plenty of meat on them, as you can see. Plenty of meat, and I'll probably end up putting them back on there if I drive the car long enough to wear these out. But to be honest, I shouldn't, after what I've done, I shouldn't have to replace these again. And I'll show you that boot. Let's try and show you. So there's part of the boot, and there's the actual power steering. That's actually the joint, so I really have to fix that because that's going to end up full of dirt and that's going to fuck the rack. Or it'll end up, the actual ball joint itself, the ball in the joint, will end up worn and eventually pop out, and the wheel, you know, steering, because I don't know, or it'll end up with play in it anyway. I don't really, because it's got all these suspension components, all sway bar, bushes, all that sort of shit. It's all really good condition actually. It's only that one boot there and those steering boots that worry me. CV boots, pretty good too. CVs themselves are pretty good too. So anyway, enough prattling on about this piece of shit. I have got it on a chassis stand and the jack, so you know, because it is sitting in the driveway there, which isn't very good. It should be on a flat level surface, but anyway, there you go. I've got I think it's the other side, I've got a retread tyre on, which I'm not too happy about. I'll have to replace it with something else. It's just it's a good tyre, but it's a retread, so I don't really want to be driving around on retread. I don't like the idea of retreads, to be honest, especially ones that are sat in here for 10 years. Now, I'll see if I can find the split on the tyre wall. It did have a fair size split, that's why I changed it off. You can see there's a bit of a pucker there on it. Where's this split gone? I can't see it now. Damn it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Just there, I don't know whether you can see that. I don't think it's too deep, but I'll take it and get it checked out. It's not that bad. But I might get those two rear tyres changed off. Because my mate's Magna with 14s that he's wrecking has got tyres with 80% on them, so I might just get them changed. Only thing is they're 5 stud rims, these are 4 stud. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching.